Yay.
Yeah.
So, welcome. Carla Gambel here, as you can see by my little name tag. So, welcome to tonight. And look, it's a pleasure having you here. And thanks, Lisa, for inviting everyone along. Um, Lisa and I have known each other for a long time. It would have to be at least 12 years, I think, if
Yeah.
not longer.
More.
Actually, yes, it would be longer. And she's kind of like my sister from another mister. And we're just on the same page. We just kind of get one another. So Lisa and I've been working together as well, obviously, as client and coach for quite some time. And as you may or may not know, she's been pretty successful in her last couple of years of competing, and she's pretty dedicated and committed to her sport, which is a testament to who she is.
Well done,
So
Lise.
yeah,
Thanks, my love.
absolutely. So look, tonight is really just pretty casual. So if there's any questions or anything that you feel like jumping in and talking about or asking questions about, please just unmute, and it's casual. Like I said, it's nothing formal. Even though I do have a presentation, it just makes it a bit more visual rather than you just looking at me talking. So I'm going to just jump in and share my screen now, but it's really just all about cutting through the noise tonight, which I'll explain in just a moment. So sharing my screen, bear with me while we switch across. Why is George on my screen?
Looks like Stewie Yin.
That was my husband, George. So let me just go into present, which will bring it to full screen. All right. Now, can you guys see my full screen? Welcome, Health and
Yep.
Vitality Weights. Awesome.
Yep. All good.
Cool. Great. So I guess this is why we're all here, because we value our health. And I don't know about you. I'm in my 50s, and I have certainly noticed a few differences in how I'm feeling, how I'm training. I've been training in the gym for a long time. And things are just a little different now. So it's about adapting to where you are at in whatever stage of life you are, and just embracing that and becoming better in that phase, whatever that is for you. So just a little bit about, just a little bit of a background, just so you get an idea of who I am. Obviously, Lisa and I have been close for a while. I've worked in health and fitness for over 25 years. My background is in health sciences, and specifically in sports injury rehab. I have my pro card with the IFBB Elite as a figure competitor, and I have had a very long competition career of about 16, 17 years. Kind of not quite retired, but I certainly haven't competed in the last couple of years. So just have focuses on helping others at the moment. I've been a gym owner, Pilates studio owner, body composition specialist, lifestyle and nutrition coach, and international wellness speaker. And obviously partnering with Zalevo as a founding partner. So we're really here to cut through the noise and just kind of, it can get pretty confusing out there. And there's lots of things being thrown at us, and here are just a few. Now, I have purposely made this slide really busy because that's kind of what it feels like sometimes when you've got people saying, no, go carnivore, go keto, go low carb, go no carb, go raw food, paleo. Like the list goes on, and it's like, what on earth? Like, what? Who should I be listening to? And people and companies that have this hype about their miracle supplements and take this, it's going to cure everything, and miracle weight loss pills and all of these things. And other people, Whole Foods. Isn't Whole Foods best? And to an extent, I absolutely agree with Whole Foods is a much better option than trying to go down any other path. However, it does fall short. So we want to cut through the noise and really just look at quality versus hype. And I'll tell you a little bit more as we go through about my experience as we were looking into the supplement company that we partner with, Salabo. And I'll talk to you about the extensive research that we did into this company as well. So Whole Foods, yes, to majority, I would say absolutely. We do want to go Whole Foods. However, the nutrients are not making it easily into our cells. And there's a lot of things that actually are causing this. One of them is our gut health. So it does not matter how healthy you eat. If your gut microbiomes are not balanced, your body is not going to be absorbing the nutrients that are in the food that we're eating. The other side is that the food that we're eating is so much more depleted than it was, 40, 50 years ago. And this is, I was actually really shocked when I looked at these numbers at how much the soil is missing in these minerals. And it's kind of shocking, especially when you look at these higher numbers here. And that's just one study. So there's definitely a gap with the quality of nutrition even in our whole foods, because there is definitely some essential minerals that are missing. So there's definitely a gap that can be bridged. So where do we even start? Because there's so many supplement companies out there, and I have tried a lot of different companies and supplements, and when you get down to the nitty gritty, there's really only a very small few that actually stand above the rest. So there's four things that actually separate our formulas from all the other nutritional formulations on the market. And it really puts our company ahead of its time. And I love that it's really about intelligent technology that they use, which I'll go into in just a sec. We're going to get a little bit sciencey, but not too much, I promise. But when you combine intelligent technology and science with nutrition, it becomes something pretty special. So these are our four key elements that really make us stand out well and truly above all the rest. Bioabsorption technology, this is a huge deal, which I'll talk about next. The mineral complexes, this is also another massive deal. Autophagy with ease, which we'll talk about a little bit. And obviously glucose intelligent technology. So let's just get a little bit sciencey, and I will kind of skim over this and just give you a brief outline so you've got an idea of what we're talking about here. So bioabsorption technology, it's a patented term actually, and And it's really all about driving the nutrients into the cells. So, how do we do that? So, it's called liposomal technology, where we enrobe all the nutrients with a fatty tissue that is actually a perfect match to the fatty tissue that enrobes all of our cells. So when the nutrients go into our body, it's a perfect match. There's no resistance from our cells, and it gets delivered much more easily into the cells where it's targeted. So it assists better absorption and bioavailability. Now, bioavailability is basically, for example, you could have a protein powder on the shelf that's on special. Great. Wow, this one's on special. Awesome. I get 3 kilos, big tub of protein powder. It's a great flavor. But it says, yes, there's 30 grams of protein in each serve. Awesome. And you think you're doing all the right things. But because they have used poor quality protein powder and whey, they have added fillers and chemicals and poor quality vitamins, minerals. Maybe they don't even have vitamins and minerals in there, which inhibits the absorption rate even further. So the bioavailability means that you're probably only absorbing about 30% of what is actually in that serve. So this is where they can hype you up to think you're getting a great deal, and you might spend $60 on a big tub of protein powder and you think, awesome, but you've pretty much thrown that $60 out the window, because your body is just not going to absorb what is in there. So that's why the liposomal technology is crucial. Along with the enzymes 13 and 19, I'll just skim over this, but it's a plant-based broad range pH enzymes, which also assist in digestion and nutrient utilization. Then we've got our beautiful 4 powerful mineral complexes. Now, there are other companies that have 1 or 2 of these, but they absolutely do not have 4. So you get a broad range of these incredible sea minerals, trace minerals, throughout all of the products, which help with absorption as well. Now, autophagy, which is kind of a pretty popular word, especially if you are into intermittent fasting or extended fasting periods. We all have heard about the health benefits that you can get from getting yourself into autophagy, and the only way to do that is by fasting. Not many people like to fast all that much. I was certainly never a fan of fasting until I did a bit more research and really found out there are so many great benefits from getting yourself into autophagy and fasting. But being from a bodybuilding background where we're like, no, you have to eat every 2-3 hours, otherwise you're going to lose muscle. Everything in my head was kind of fighting that whole, well, how do I not eat for one day? Like, how do I do that? And I will go into how we do that. When you're actually flooding the body during that fasting time with essential minerals and vitamins, you're flooding the body with what it needs to function and help to assist get the body into autophagy. So what is autophagy? It's basically cell regeneration. So we've got dysfunctional cells floating around, really just kind of clogging up our system. So when we actually go into a fasting period long enough where we can get our body into autophagy, the cells start breaking down and recycling. It's basically recycling. And we're talking about brain cells as well. So every cell in the body. And this is your timeline. Now, obviously it's slightly different for everyone, but this is pretty much across the board a general guide of what happens when you go into an extended fasting period. So I like to throw in a 24-hour fast about every 4 to 6 weeks. Some people will go 36 hours or 48. It's really up to you, but I want to ensure that I do get my body into autophagy. And as you can see from this chart, when you're hitting the 20 to 24-hour mark, that is when your body is getting into autophagy with cell regeneration. There are stages before this, which are really interesting. The first 4 to 8 hours is when your blood sugar drops. Then when you're at about 8 to 12 hours, that's your fat burning. So that's what we call ketosis, which you may have heard that term. And it's called ketosis because that is the time when your body releases what is called ketones. What the ketones do is basically release the fat from the fat cells. However, there's a bit of a downside for some people because when we've got toxins floating around in our body, toxins love to embed themselves and attach themselves to fat cells. So quite often when we hit ketosis, the fat from the cells gets released for the body to eliminate, but so do toxins. And this is sometimes when some people can feel a little bit nauseous, maybe a bit of a headache, especially if you're someone who is quite toxic. If you've got high stress levels, perhaps you have got some not so great eating habits. All of these things can cause toxicity in the body. So we have an amazing product, which I'll go into shortly, called Burn Mode. And when you're drinking the Burn Mode every 4 hours, it is loaded with antioxidants that actually help to get rid of all those toxins. So we've got these fasting aid products that help you through this whole process, which makes it so much easier. And our glucose technology. So we have a product that is patented as well. It's zero cane, and there's a lot of talk about artificial sweeteners, and guarantee if you pick up just about every supplement in a supplement store, especially protein powders, branched chain amino acids, fat burners, pre-workouts that are sweetened, guaranteed they're sweetened with sucralose or some sort of artificial sweetener. Sucralose is now actually banned from a lot of the states in America because it is shown now to be toxic, but it's over a period of time. So Australia, we're a little bit behind, about 50 years. So the government hasn't done anything about artificial sweeteners, and you'd be really surprised even in the supermarket, all the sugar-free stuff, have a look at the ingredients. It's most likely sucralose, or it'll have a number. And if it says sweetener 955, put it back. It's full of toxicity and it will destroy your gut long term. So
What about aspartame color? That's often used as well.
Yes. So aspartame isn't a great one either. So the ones that we want to be looking for are our plant-derived sweeteners. So like your stevia or the Natvia. There is another one that starts with TH, which is very similar to stevia. So anything that is a plant-based sweetener. This one is made from cane sugar. So, there's absolutely no chemicals, and zero cane really embodies the harmony of nature and science together. And there's no aftertaste either. There's no, sometimes you get that real, there's a sweetener in this. You don't get that. And usually from stevia, you don't really get that um, aftertaste either. It's usually the artificial ones. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry, Carla.
Mm.
I read something that the sweeteners a bit of a decoy because they actually make you feel hungry, and you actually
Yeah.
is that correct?
I I have heard that. I haven't dug
Yeah.
into that just yet, but I did see something about that, and it's a real trap. They're just basically pulling the wool over your eyes, so that it's causing you to want and crave more,
Mm.
which is obviously detrimental to your health. And my husband and I have some clients who have been taking certain products over a long period of time, like the pre-workouts and the branched chain amino acids that have been sweetened with sucralose. They are now, after so many years of using these, with their training and so forth, they are now in all sorts of issues with their gut health. So it is absolutely a thing. It's not a hype, and it's something to really be aware of. And actually, I even found, surprisingly enough, and I did a post on it not that long ago. Lisa, you probably saw it, the one with the wraps. So I was in a hurry, and I normally just get some low carb, high protein wraps to always just have in the house. And I saw one that was from Mission Wraps, and it was a spinach wrap. And I was in a hurry. I just quickly looked at the macros. Normally, I would look at the ingredients as well. Looked at the macros, thought, yeah, that's awesome. They're great. This is where they get you, because the macros might be all right, but then you look at the ingredients. I got it home, and it's meant to be a spinach wrap. It, first of all, it only had 0.7% spinach in there. And I thought, well, why is it green if there's only 0.7% of spinach
Good
in there?
color. Mm.
Yes. And I read down further, food coloring, and I'm like, oh my
Mm.
gosh, this
Cheeky
is so
buggers.
bad.
Yeah.
And it had sucralose in it.
Mm.
Like, why do you even need a spinach wrap to be sweet? They just went straight in the bin, and I thought, wow, you know, they're really just hiding this stuff, and people just aren't aware. So it's definitely something to look out for sure. So that's our four that make us so different. And I mean, when you really ask yourself, what do you need help with most? Is it gut health, improved energy, improved sleep, mental clarity, bloating, mood and hormone balance, weight loss, maybe some muscle gain, maybe joint health, all of these things. When I first looked at this, I was like, well, actually, I can pick about five off there that I need to take a look at. And but then it's like, well, where do I start? Like, how do I know what I'm addressing is going to help me? So here we go, Zalevo. And a lot of people think, well, it's a weird name, but it's just from two Latin words, Alevo and Zenith, which I love because it's time of greatest power and success to rise up, uplift, and it really does actually encompass what Zalevo is all about. They're a great supportive community. Obviously, we've got a disclaimer, which I won't need to go through, but that's just fairly standard. Three pillars. This is what got me into being involved with Zalevo. Ultimate health is smack bang in the middle, which I absolutely am so passionate about. But they have a huge element of personal growth and obviously the financial security as an option for people as well. The philosophy, is pretty simple. You have one life, one body, and they're really just seeking out the latest advancements in nutraceutical science and nutrition and applying it to our highly intelligent master formulations. The sourcing, I'm just going to whiz through this because it's probably just a bit kind of too much information, but it's really, really important. And the thing with sourcing, they absolutely go over and above to source out the best quality ingredients, all natural ingredients. Prop 65 compliance in the US is a huge deal, but often it's also about what's not in the products. So heavy metal verification and so forth, allergen verification and those things. The testing that these products go through is huge. So when you see that they go through 5 phases, you're like, well, they must be pretty safe. I know there's a lot of products that go through 2 or 3, but definitely not 5. And the thing with Stalevo is that they go through these 5 testing phases with every single lot. So every little stick of burn mode or collagen or every bag of your protein supplement is tested through these 5 phases. It's not just the whole product on the line, it is every single lot. So it's a big deal. And obviously, when you see these 3 stamps, you know that it has gone through rigorous testing. So this is our formulation, and this is what you probably see Lisa at work with her water bottle, walking around, sipping on all these little
All day, every day.
all these little goodies. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's actually a pretty simple lineup. There's only 12 products, which I love because it makes it really simple and it doesn't get confusing. You know, I've been with other companies where they've just got so many products and it's like, I mean, do you even really need that? Is there, and it just gets really confusing. Every single product, there's a reason for it to be there and it addresses something in your health. So the black products you see are our foundational formulas. The white products are our targeted formulas like our collagen 300 and our mind sync, which is great for mental focus and mental fortitude.
Don't like caffeine.
Well, kind of. I mean, caffeine has that same kind of effect, but it's not long lasting, unfortunately, caffeine. I love my coffee, but yeah, we'll go through a couple of the products tonight which are just next level.
Okay.
And I used to be a 3 coffee a day girl, and with the e-vibe and the alpha, which have the beautiful guarana and green tea extract caffeine in it, it's longer lasting. And I still have my coffee, but I just have one. So the red you'll see is our performance range. So, like I was saying before, sometimes it's what's not in it: soy free, gluten free, it's vegan friendly, obviously, except for our whey products, dairy free, except for our whey product, and the list goes on. And what they've done is made it even more simple for us, and they have developed 5 health tracks. So you can literally kind of look along these 5 health tracks and think, right, well, which one best suits me? Which one is going to address what I need most right now? And what they've done is they had the whole science team and the labs team and our field advisors get together and actually construct some incredible packs or collections in each of these health tracks, that all the products in the packs have been chosen because they synergistically work together to accelerate your results. So they're very carefully chosen, and I love them for putting this system together. It's awesome. So the first lot of products I want to address, because it's a big deal. It's at the center of our overall health, and it's our gut biomes, right? Our gut microbiomes. So we have our Biome Sync Daily, and we also have our Biome Sync Trim. So the Biome Sync Daily it has 10 powerful strains. Really is, would have to say, because I've tried a lot of other pro and prebiotics. This is pro and prebiotics, and they're all clinical doses. Actually, in every single product on the line, every ingredient is a clinical dose. And this is very unusual because there might be some cheaper probiotics that you can get from Chemist Warehouse, and that might say, yes, we have 13 strains of probiotics, but if you don't know what to look for, and I've done this with a lot of comparisons with a lot of other probiotics, and yes, they might have more strains, but the dosage is way too low. So it's nowhere near as powerful. And if they're not putting the correct dosage in, what else are they putting in there? Or what else are they not putting in there? So every single product on the line has a clinical dose, and in some cases there's double clinical doses. So 10 powerful strains. Now, this product, the Daily, I absolutely swear by. I take it every single day. My husband takes it every day, and my 18-year-old son has been taking it for the past year. So he finished year 12 last year. Lots of stress, lots of pressure. And halfway through the year, the first half of the year, he was getting sick all the time. He was just getting run down. And I said, you've got to get on the biomes. So he actually listened to his mother for once, and he started taking the Daily and also another product which I'll go into, which is the Fortitude 85, which is adaptogen herbs that help the body combat stress. Since he started taking it in the middle of last year, he has actually not been sick since then.
Yeah.
So
So,
it is,
Carla,
yeah.
sorry to interrupt you. So this is meant to supplement the lack of vitamins that are currently in the whole foods because of the nutrition in the soil isn't there anymore. Is that correct?
Yeah, along those lines. So
Yeah.
these products specifically work
Yeah.
on your balancing your microbiomes, so your gut. So what happens over time when we're not substituting and we're not putting good bacteria in our gut, we're not getting the nutrients and the vitamins and the minerals from the food that is a little diminished nowadays. What happens is that, and there's other things too, and obviously stress is a huge thing that can attack everything in your body, and especially your gut. So it can upset the microbiomes in your gut, which means that affects everything. It affects your overall health. It affects your immune health, your respiratory health, your cognitive health. There are links with every other organ in your body, direct links to your gut health. So that's why we say gut health is at the center of your overall health. So making sure that your gut health is singing and you have beautiful microbiomes perfectly balanced in your gut means that your overall health is absolutely much better and working at its most optimal. I hope that answers your question.
Does. Thank you. I guess my only other point is, I mean, obviously, if your gut biome's out, then obviously you're going to feel tired and a little bit irritated and all
Yeah.
that stuff. But
Yeah.
if I'm actually feeling pretty good most of the time, would that be an indicator my gut is doing okay?
Yes, it could be. Yep, absolutely. Um, but there could be, and depending on like your stress levels,
And
your
there's no
daily,
stress in our office, Carl, let me tell you.
there's no stress.
Nah, absolutely not, is there,
No.
Loz?
Le, Le, yeah, Lisa says otherwise, but that's okay. um, and the other thing is the food that you are eating. Now, a lot of us can get caught up in the trap of just eating the same thing day in, day out because it's just easy. What that can do is actually that can disrupt the gut biomes and the enzymes in your gut as well. Because if you're eating the same thing every single day without much variation, then you're only getting certain nutrients and minerals from certain foods. If that is a ongoing thing that you've done for a long time, the body starts to get used to it and it actually shuts down from absorbing those nutrients and minerals. So that can cause some issues. And I look, this is just my opinion. I know my husband George, he's done a lot more research into this sort of thing. But as far as gluten intolerant people, gluten free, all of these dairy intolerant kind of issues that we hear a lot of these days, um, I I really think there could be a link to it's what you're eating or not eating. And if you have been the type of person that has been eating a lot of the same things for an extended period of time and you're not getting enough variety because the body needs variety, then you're diminishing the amount and the variety of minerals and that you're getting from the foods that you're eating. So it's a lot more complicated than um, you know just I eat well and I'm pretty good. Um, that that certainly means that you're probably doing better than most. Um, but it doesn't necessarily. How do you know you couldn't be better? How do you know there's not a couple of things just missing the mark where you could actually be better and have your body functioning at a much higher rate? So, coming down to the Biome Sync trim, pretty much the same as the daily. However, as you can see, there's 3 strains, not 10. However, there are some botanicals in there that are fat metabolizers. So this one really helps to actually target the visceral fat, which is the fat that kind of sits around your organs and through your tummy. So um, you're getting 3 great, beautiful strains of probiotics, plus you get your weight management support as well. Now, we sometimes switch it up. George is sitting opposite me, don't we, George? We sometimes switch it up and we'll alternate. We'll take a daily and then we'll take a trim, and then we'll take a daily and then we take a trim. So we're getting the best of both worlds. I love doing that. The Ultra 30, oh, this, I just can't spruik enough about how good this protein supplement is. Now, it is not just a protein powder. You cannot compare this bag of protein to one that you pick up on the shelf. This is actually classified as a full spectrum meal replacement. Now, there are other meal replacements on the market, and I hate to mention it because it's kind of like sacrilege, but the man shake, the lady shake, ultra slim, they're awful. They're very poor quality. They are not a full spectrum. Full spectrum means that every vitamin and mineral that the body, so it's like a multivitamin as well as your protein supplement. So, yes, it's New Zealand grass-fed whey. What a lot of people don't realize is that there's 7 grades of New Zealand grass-fed whey, and Zalevo used the top grade. This means that once again, it's the
Mm.
no compromise approach. But having the top grade of New Zealand grass-fed whey means that there is only 0.3% lactose in this whey protein. So even those who are not necessarily like lactose, like they have a full-blown intolerance, but those who are a bit lactose sensitive can absolutely take this whey protein. George, my husband, is one. He's got a very sensitive stomach and he has absolutely no issues with this whey. It is beautiful. I have never ever come across, and I've tried a lot, I've never come across a protein supplement that, first of all, is full spectrum with all the 85 vitamins and minerals in it, but it is so clean and you can taste it. It is just beautiful. And if you've got a busy life, like I'm sure you do, it's a meal that you can put in your shaker or have at work. If you've got a blender at work or at home and you're flying out the door, it's literally 30 seconds to throw it in the blender. Take it with you, sip it in the car on the way to work, or have it at work for your lunchtime, or simply just use a shaker. It is a no-brainer when you are busy like that to think, well, I know it's like a milkshake, right? I'm getting 30 grams of high quality absorbable protein, and the bioavailability of this, I talked about that earlier, is like 99 point something percent. It's huge. There's only 239 calories. So the calories are low for a meal, right? The calories are low for a meal, but it is dense in nutrition.
Mm.
13 grams of beautiful carbs and 7 grams of fiber, which is beautiful. So it's really, really well balanced. And my 18-year-old loves it. Like our whole household uses these as a meal replacement. It is beautiful. And if you've got teenagers or young adults or anyone in your family that they don't eat well, give them a chocolate milkshake. Say, here, just drink this. And at least they're getting incredible vitamins and minerals and a beautiful amount of protein. So cannot spruik enough and talk highly enough of this protein.
I'm assuming the whey and the plant, they both taste the same, don't they? There's no difference in the taste.
The plant-based is not out yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's there. It's almost finished, but it's not
Yeah.
out yet.
Okay.
So it won't be long. It'll be
All right.
this year.
Okay.
But
But
I
it tastes
haven't.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and blends really well.
Okay.
Like quite often when you get a poor quality protein, it's floury and it's a bit sort of grainy, and
Yeah.
especially some of the plant-based ones.
Mm.
But they actually did bring out the plant-based a few years back, and they're refining it. And they don't want to bring it out until it's perfect.
Okay. Fair
I
enough.
love it. Yeah. Fortitude 85 is what I spoke about before. So it's stress support. So this is what my son was taking through year 12, and he still takes it now. He just his biomes and the fortitude, and I take it every day as well. He just swears that he just feels amazing, and it just helps his immune support. And he's at uni now. He's football, and he works part time as well. So pretty busy life. Well, for a teenager.
Mm.
And he just feels amazing on it, and I do too. Like I absolutely love the fortitude, especially when like I've had a full day of presentations and so forth today, and I am powering. I'm on fire. um, Burn mode is the fasting aid supplement, comes in a powder form, and you just basically drop it into your water bottle or a glass and just stir it round.
So Lisa, this is
Yeah, Lisa
yeah,
is probably sipping on a bit of burn mode and drench or e-vibe most likely.
yeah.
And you can take the burn mode on a daily basis for a gentle daily detox. Or obviously you can use it as it was designed for, which is a fasting aid support. And you just throw one stick of burn mode in your drinks every 4 hours, so that while you're fasting, so that your body's getting flooded with all those beautiful minerals. So look, it's got 123 ingredients. Like, it's nuts what is in this little stick of gold. Um, and the main one here is astazine, astaxanthin, which I'll just very quickly go through. But obviously, there's a whole range of stuff, including milk thistle, which is a known liver support. So astazine, bleh. It's that
There you
one,
go.
astazine, astaxanthin. Is a tongue twister. But obviously, you can see it has a lot of health benefits, and there's been a lot of studies done on it. You can Google it. It's very rich, high antioxidant, and the way they measure antioxidants is with an ORAC score, so an oxygen radical absorbance capacity. We know that blueberries are really high in antioxidants. So just to give you a comparison, a cup of blueberries is around 8,000 ORAC score. Just have a look at that number there in one stick of burn mode. Huge. Mic drop. Like, it's an incredible product. And when I was talking about when the stages that your body goes through during autophagy or during a fasting, and your body hits that 8 to 12 hours ketosis, fat is being released, but so are toxins. Boom, drop a stick of burn mode and 2.8 million ORAC score. Those antioxidants go to town on all those free radicals and toxins. Phenomenal. Vital cause, I'm going to touch on really briefly. That's our, we have berries, and we have, oh, I didn't put the greens in, but there's a greens. Amazing. They're kind of like a multivitamin. So if you know you're not getting enough veggies or fruit, and you feel like you could put it in a drink and drink it, amazing. We have both the berries and the greens, and I don't take them every day, but certainly when I'm under a lot of pressure and, training hard, working hard, playing hard, all of those things is when you want to just flood your body with all this goodness. The collagen 300, and I'll explain the 300. So obviously we know collagen starts to diminish after the age of 25, actually. So as we age, obviously we need that assistance. And there's a lot of collagens on the market. Most of them are really, really kind of crappy, quite honestly. First of all, you must make sure that you are taking a marine collagen. Marine collagen is far more superior than any other, but it goes further because it really comes down to, and I'll just slip, the size of the what we call Dalton, and that's the size of the molecules. So the smaller, the better. There is not one other collagen on the market with 300 Dalton. It is so tiny that it goes straight into the bloodstream. It does not need to go through the digestive system. This is where a lot of the other collagens with a higher number of molecule, Dalton, has to go through digestion, which means has to pass through the stomach acids. That's where a lot of, you lose a lot of the potency when it has to do that. This one, straight into the bloodstream. So 10 ingredients. And the reason why I've kind of labeled that, and you guys can just take a bit of a look through, there is a reason for every single ingredient to be there. Helps retain moisture in the skin, hyaluronic acid. Vitamin A supports the skin cell turnover and helps maintain healthy skin structure. Vitamin C, vitamin E, biotin, zinc, you name it. There's a really good reason why all of those ingredients are in our collagen. So that is another one that I take every day. I know Lisa does as well. So these are just some of our before and afters just from the collagen.
What happened to that
Amazing.
poor lady down on the bottom left there?
Oh, yeah, that's Kathy. She had a really bad bike accident.
Crikey, look at that.
She came off her bike and basically head butted the pavement.
Oh, gee.
And she had her son's wedding 3 weeks later.
Wow. Okay.
I know. So she actually, we got her to double dose on the collagen every day for 3 weeks. And have a look, that was at her son's wedding.
Wow. Okay.
I know. And
Amazing.
even with scarring, like it's pretty phenomenal. Yeah. Energy and performance range. I'm going to whiz through this. We've got our alpha, which is our pre-workout. Yes, it has some caffeine in it, but it's from guarana, which means it's a much more cleaner, slower release of energy. The alpha also has a lot of supporting ingredients as well, vitamins and minerals, including the tart cherry extract, which helps as like an anti-inflammatory. The alpha also has creatine in it. So creatine is a buzzword, and yeah, a lot of people buy creatine separately. We still do as well. But the alpha is like a two-in-one. It's your pre-workout and it's got your creatine in it. So the recommended dose of creatine is 3 to 5 grams, depending on the size of the person. So there's 3 grams of creatine in the alpha. If you want to add, if you're someone who already has creatine, like we do at home, when we're training, we add just like a little bit more. Even on non-training days, creatine has been shown, especially as you age, creatine is absolutely crucial. So I actually take the alpha most days. If I don't take it and I'm not training, I will take the creatine separately. So creatine obviously stimulates muscle growth, pushes nutrients and vitamins and fluids into the muscle, and that pulls on the bone, right? Muscles pull on bone, which means creatine helps with bone density as well. And there's some research coming out now that creatine can actually help with cognitive function,
And
so
many,
brain health.
you know,
So creatine's awesome. So the alpha is like a two-in-one, your pre-workout. It's a long, beautiful, slow release. You don't get the jitters. I used to hate pre-workouts because of the jitters. Um, this one doesn't, you don't get it. It's just this beautiful, slow release and it lasts, which is awesome. The build is like your post-workout recovery. That's got your branched chain amino acids in it, and it's a vegan branched chain amino acid, which is very, very unusual. I'm not sure if you know too much about branched chain amino acids, but they're basically, if you get the standard, they're made out of animal hair, usually horse and pig.
no.
This is plant derived.
You put it on the barbecue?
I know. Isn't that gross? When you think about it. And it was only a couple of years ago, George was doing some research and he's like, do
Yes.
you know what BCAs are made of? And I'm like, I don't know. Aren't they just an amino acid? He's like, yeah, but they make it out of animal hair. And I'm like, oh, that's so gross.
All right, I'm going to put those in the bin tonight.
I know. And if you're like me, like back when I didn't know, I would have my branched chain amino acids and it would be a beautiful flavor. Yep, it was sweetened with sucralose. So over the last like 2-3 years, I have ditched all of that stuff, and I do feel a hell of a lot better for it.
And yeah, it's
So
great.
the build is great, and it really does. The build is actually designed to take with your Ultra 30, your shake, because it does support protein synthesis as well. So you've got the drench and the e-vibe. The drench is probably something that Lisa sips on as well. That's your hydration. Um, Phenomenal product. Oh my gosh, the amount of really bad hydration drinks out in the market, most of them are loaded with just sodium and sugar. So salt and sugar.
You're talking about the ones in Safeway and Coles, is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bad, really bad. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I do drink them when I'm playing golf, so
Right.
yeah,
So
okay.
if you do switch to drench, it
Yeah,
will make a enormous
okay.
difference.
Good to know.
The problem with your regular hydration drinks, like I said, loaded with sugar and salt, you don't need the sugar. You need the minerals and the vitamins, right? Which is drench is loaded with it.
Yeah.
I can give you one, Tom.
There you
Anybody?
go.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, I'll bring some in for you to try.
Thanks, lot.
Awesome. Yeah. The thing with sodium, if the sodium's too high, and people think, oh, I need to retain some fluid. I need to hydrate. I'll just take salt. It doesn't work like that. It's a little bit more complicated than that.
Yeah.
If the sodium is too high and there's no potassium, or the potassium isn't high enough, the fluid actually just floats between the skin and the muscle. So it becomes fluid retention. The body can't use it there. It just floats around. When you've got something like drench, and I have not come across any other hydration drink that has it perfectly balanced like drench. It's got 226 milligrams of potassium and 190 milligrams of sodium. So the potassium is slightly higher than the sodium, which means the fluid gets pushed into the muscle where the body needs it, which is just phenomenal. I absolutely love the drench. My 18-year-old playing football, and while he's training, lives on the drench, loves the alpha as well. The e-vibe that's my morning coffee that has taken the place of my morning coffee in the morning. So the e-vibe is just your natural energy drink. There it is there. So guarana once again, but obviously it's flooded with some beautiful minerals, B vitamins, and a whole lot of other things like acetyl L-carnitine, So it's a great product, and this is something that I do take daily as well. Um, 1 second. I'm just on a Zoom. Are you coming home? Are you all right?
Get off the phone, Harlem.
Yeah? You're okay? Oh, that's all right. Okay, well, there's food here, but I'm just in a Zoom with Lisa. Hi, Lisa. I was just talking about you. Did you take your drench today? Good boy. All right, I gotta go. Love you. Bye. There you go. Speak of the devil.
Right on cue, Carla. Nicely done.
The joys of working from home, right?
Yeah, you
So
could.
look, this is just an example of this couple here. They're in their 60s and retired, and they travel across Australia, and they compete in mountain bike riding. They absolutely love the Alpha, the Drench, and the Ultra 30. They do not. They've just come back from Victoria, actually, some massive competition in Victoria. A few months ago, they were in Perth. So they are absolutely loving it, and they don't go anywhere with specifically those three products. When you feel good, it absolutely shows. So this is just a few other transformations, body transformations. Lisa's there as well. Top and center for Lisa, and obviously some other beautiful people as well who are loving their health journey and
Hey,
feeling
Carla,
amazing.
I'm assuming that guy in the middle, that's not his legs below him, is it?
No, no, they're not. They're actually my legs. Actually, that's funny. That's so funny. I didn't even realize that.
It
That
does
is
look
my
weird.
leg. I know, that is funny. That's Daniel. Yeah, he's just loving it. This lady here is 70, and she had gut issues, bloating, and hydration issues and so forth. So, people are just loving the journey and loving feeling amazing. This lady here, that's Kathy. She's the one that had the bike accident. She's 65.
Oh.
So she is doing amazing. Paul is loving life as well. And, yes, the science is complex, but they've just made the idea so simple. And when you do look after the inside, it absolutely shows on the outside. So it really just comes down to your choice, and is your health a priority? And where do you want to be in 1 year?
Mm.
And imagine being part of a company that is devoted to you being the best version of you. I'm going to whiz through this little section here. That's us on the top of Snow Canyon in Utah. That was an absolutely amazing trip, and got to meet all the corporate crew and people in the US. There's beautiful Jill, and it was pretty awesome. So there's 4 actually different ways that you can be involved in Zalevo, and the choice is really yours. So you can be a customer and just like Jeff and Donna on their bikes, and they absolutely just love the products. Or perhaps if you've got a few people that you're thinking of straight away, there's benefits that come with that. If you're sharing, even, I've got some friends in Melbourne, because that's where I'm originally from as well, that are just sharing with their family because they want their family to feel the benefits of these incredible products. And each month, their family orders their products, and then they're getting $150 to $195 in free product credit. So look, we meet you where you're at. There is absolutely no pressure whatsoever. We are happy if you're happy, and it's just your choice. So whatever you choose, we just want you to live your life to the fullest. And are you really ready to make yourself a priority? That is the question. So if you're ready to get started, I'm going to go through some of the collections that I would, going from just having a chat with Lisa and the questions that you answered, I've just kind of pulled out a couple of collections that might interest you, but of course, you can, the choice is yours. So we've got 3 different weight loss collections. Obviously, 1, 2, and 3. The main difference between 1 and 2 here is collection 2, you get 4 bags of the Ultra 30 shakes. In the first one, you get the 2 bags. A lot of people do start on like the smaller one just to kind of test the waters and see how they like the system. And quite often they've got a couple of family members if living in the house with them. If they're not wanting to become a brand partner, so to speak, and go down that path, they just add and get an extra order so that their whole family can benefit. The mood balance, so like I mentioned before, these products are put together to really accelerate your results, and these products work synergistically together. So in all of these collections, you'll see there you've got the choice of an e-vibe or a drench. So if you're not one that really likes caffeine, but you definitely are interested in hydration, then you would just simply choose your drench there. The sports and fitness collection, so this is where you get into using your alpha, and in the second collection you get the alpha and the build as well, and you get the fortitude in there as well. So that one's actually quite a good one, just depending on what you're wanting to get out of your health and what things you're specifically targeting.
So the subscribe means you're having to put in X amount of orders a year. How does that
No,
work?
not at all. No. Subscribe and save means that you get it at the price that brand partners get it at. And all it is that it does set you up with an account, and it does select you to reorder the next month, but you're not locked in. You can change at any time. So even Lisa quite often will only order every second month, or when she needs it. So you're definitely not locked into I know there are other companies that do that, and you have to order every single month whether you need the products or not, and you end up with a pantry full of products that you're not using, which is not benefiting anyone really. So no, you're absolutely not locked in, but you are set up with an account which you have full control of. Now we do have, which is pretty cool, we have an end of summer promo, and there's free shipping with all collections at the moment up until the 31st of March. If you are sort of looking at sharing with some family members and getting a little bit back from their orders, then there's actually no brand partner setup fee at the moment outside of the 31st of March. If you do decide to upgrade to a brand partner, which of course you can, it will cost you $59.95. It's just a once-off fee. You just pay it once.
Sorry, what's 190 QV? What's that?
Oh, that's just each collection has like a points system.
Oh, okay.
So like this one here is 270. Where's the mood balance? Mood
Like a
balance.
frequent flyer type thing, is it?
Yeah, yeah. Each product has like a point system. Um, and yes, you do get rewards points as well. So that's how they kind of calculate that. So every collection there is over 190. Now I do, yeah, are you ready to feel the difference? Like these guys, ready to jump in? But I am offering something really, really special. Lisa doesn't know about this actually. So if you do choose a plus size collection, so that's the middle one, the second one, I am offering 4 weeks free coaching. So normally you'd be paying $129 a week for that. Now that is personalized coaching where we catch up once a week. We get your plan sorted. We make sure your training, your exercise reflects what your goals are. And I can set you up with a nutrition guide as well. So that one is really very good value, and I am just offering that to you guys for this week. So, what are the next steps? Choose your collection. If you're not sure, you can certainly speak with me. You can reach out to me or Lisa. We're open to jumping on a call, in the next few days or on the weekend. You've got until the 31st of March to get your free shipping. So yeah, just reach out to Lisa and just say, hey, would really love a chat with either you or Carla to figure out which collection would actually best suit my needs. And fill out your enrollment form, which you can get from either of us, and then wait for your products and then basically put them in your body. That's
That's
it.
great. It sounds really easy.
It does sound easy. I'm going to stop sharing. I did go a little over time, so I apologize for that. But hopefully, you guys all got something valuable
Yeah,
out of it.
absolutely. Thank you.
And hopefully, it just kind of, if nothing else, it just kind of opened your eyes. And when you're looking at things in the supermarket, you might look at things a little differently now. But like I said, yeah, if you do want to have a chat with Lisa or myself, just reach out to Lisa. I can get your contact details and have a chat.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome.
Yeah, Lisa, you're not in the office this week though, are you, mate?
No, but you can just ring me or
All
whatever.
right.
That's,
Yeah, all right. We'll
yeah,
do
that's
that.
good.
Yeah. And
Um, and
have a
then
That's good.
Carla will. I'll talk to you after about the recording because I know there's a few people that want to
Yep,
yeah.
for
listen
sure.
to it. So yeah, I'll
Can
talk to
you
you.
I'll
just
actually
edit out my comment about uni?